Chapter 6, The Afterlight. We thought that birth would be an amulet. We thought that a fragile cry could stand against what the firmament had unthreaded. For a few breathless minutes it seemed so. Aurel laughed, a real sound, like ice cracking, and the creatures outside hesitated as if they could not comprehend the theft. But the sky is patient. It makes long calculations, and its justice is slow. In the gray before dawn, we were given a choice by a messenger whose face had been carved smooth by light. Return the child, it intoned voice like 1,000 pages turning. Or be unmade. Aurel stepped forward and did something that I could never have predicted. He knelt and took the child's small hand in his enormous palm and whispered words that were not meant for mortal ears. He placed the hand against his chest where his coat lay open, and for a moment his skin flamed like a dying star. He could have handed the infant over. He could have obeyed orders and walked away with clean wings. But he did not. He lifted the child and held it to Ida's chest as if he were the one requesting a mercy rather than denying one. The messenger's light became a blade. It cut through the motel like a promise of winter. Aurel walked into it without flinching. He did not scream. He sang, or I thought he sang. The light took him and left a smell like ozone and old prayers. When it was over, there was nothing where he had stood but a puddle of clothes and a single feather blackened at the edges. The kind of feather that is rumor and ash. We buried what remained of those we loved in the motel's back lot beneath a sky that didn't know how to weep. Ida named the child Hope because names are stubborn things, and because in the dark we will clutch at any irony we can find. Days later, when the sun came back in small, exhausted pieces, we left the motel like survivors of a shipwreck, carrying our grief like luggage. I do not know where Ida went or whether hope grew into the thing Aurel had hoped for. Sometimes at night I wake to a sound like distant wings folding, and I think of the hand Aurel pressed to his chest, of the light that found him, and of the way he chose a single life over a ledger. The world continued with its soft, indifferent clocks. The sky, if it ever sighed, did so in a language I cannot translate. But there is one thing I will tell you plainly. The last time I saw the feather, it had a small smear of red at the tip. Perhaps it was ours. Perhaps it was Aurel's. Or perhaps, in a universe that remembers everything it has lost, there are debts that must always be paid. And sometimes, when the night is very still, I hear a child's laugh that isn't quite human. It sits at the edge of the world like a promise and a threat both, and I find my hands going to the places scars have made. We survived that night, some of us. Some of us did not. The rest of us learned to live inside the memory of a light that burned too bright to be anything but a warning.